In a world where people are losing their minds, who will be the voice of sanity, of logic, of rationale, of morality and truth? This podcast is looking for like-minded people to stand up to the insane and be real. The Recovery Atheist podcast is calling you to step forward and be counted. Welcome to the voice of change. Welcome to the Recovery Atheist podcast.
Well, hello, everybody out there in Podcast Nation. This is the Recovery Atheist coming to you from the Trey Entertainment Studios, the last night that I'm having at this studio set that I'm in right now. I've got everything all set up. I signed my lease and picked up my keys today for my new place. So my next podcast will be taking place in my new studio setup that I'll have at my new place. So it's exciting. Some of the soundproof foam that I use for my studio setup here, I was able to take some of it down to bring with me. Obviously, there's some behind me. If you're watching the video form of this, you'll see that behind me is pretty much the last squares that are left in the studio. So how's everybody doing out there today? Hope your March has gone well. Getting ready to turn into April. April Fool's Day. Be careful. Could be a lot of people out there trying to catch you off guard today. So be careful. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update of where I'm at. A little bit of update of also current events and how March went. Now, I'll start off with me. As for March, it's been an interesting March. I've had a lot of good things happen for me this month. I started off, obviously, switching over to the mental health practitioner job, which, I mean, it's amazing. I am so blessed to be able to do what I do for a living. They helped me out by giving me some more hours to be able to use me more and to allow me to have a little bit more financial stability, especially with this new change that's going on with me moving into my own place now. No longer living at the sober living home. I'm moving on. And with that, I am not, I don't want to say that I'm bitter, because I really don't want to play that role. I don't want to play that game, and I don't want to feel like, I have to feel that way or have a resentment. It's probably something I am going to have to work with my sponsor on, but there's lots of things that have gone on with the sober living home that I'm in. And one of them is they've decided to shut the entire house down, move the guys from the house that are in here over to his other home, while he gets to just go and live life. He's allowing people to have hardship over this, while he gets to travel and vacation and live the high life. I'm really not too happy about that. Ethically, I question it. Okay, now this is what I have to say about sober living homes. Do they serve a purpose? Yes, they do. And for like me in this situation, if I would not have had this place to be able to come to, I would not be in the place that I'm at. So I completely agree that it serves its purpose. I don't always agree with the people that run them. Okay, so I have been in and out of sober living homes for the past 6 years. Since about 2000, well, it's been 5 years, 2016. And I have not ran into very many good people that run these places. I'd have to say the best one that I had was Second Chances, which is in Georgetown, Kentucky. Those guys were amazing. Randy Stafford is one of them. They run a really nice place, and I never had the feeling with them that they were taking advantage of me, or they did not have my best interest in their minds. So kudos to them. I definitely feel like that one was a good one. But I've been in ones where the house manager has stolen from me in Lexington, Kentucky. I've been in ones where if you did not have a certain religious background or didn't believe the same way that the owner did, that he would discriminate against you. Period. I had one, this last one, and I'm just going to say it. It's through Pride Institute. They have a place that's up in uptown Minneapolis that I was staying at. And because I decided I wanted to move out and go into my own place, and all I wanted them to do was allow me to stay there for 6 days to move it. No, they kicked me out. They forced me to have to move out within 24 hours. If it wasn't for my landlord that I was going through at that time to say, hey, come on in, we'll work it out so you have a place to be, I would have been homeless. I really struggle with these sober living homes. There's a lot of bad that goes with it. So I've been a house manager for 3 months. Just like, in my field of what I've worked in, I've worked in methadone treatment facilities. I've worked in outpatient, inpatient, CD, whatever it is. Every one of them has a negative side to it. Well, sober living has a lot of negatives to it as well. And so this whole thing, while the owner of the house here is off skiing or doing whatever he wants, living life, smoking cigars and living life on the slopes, living life on the yachts down in the Caribbean and Mexico and wherever he's going, sitting on his perch, looking down on us little people, must be nice to be able to just say, get out. And that's what they're doing. Now, for me, he had told me May 1st. And so he had told that to the other guys as well in the house, that they were going to figure something out by May 1st. No, not the case. They are now forcing the guys to have to leave the house or either move over to the 3rd Street house or you're homeless. It's just the way it is. Not very professional. Not ethically correct. And I don't give a shit what he thinks about what I'm saying. I'm done with it. I'm done trying to suck up to you. I tried to do that at times just to make you happy, and you know what? I've come to the realization nothing is going to ever fucking make you happy. Except if it has to do with your pocketbook. As you drive around in your beautiful Range Rovers. You know who I'm talking to. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm calling you out. I think you really need to look at some of the things that you're doing, because this whole thing of acting like you're such a great guy in recovery and that you really care about people in recovery and care about your brothers, no, I don't agree with that. I think it's down to your bottom line. I think it all comes down to what you need. So I'm just going to call it out for what it is. I think you're a selfish prick. And like I've said before, I'm not the only one that feels that way. There's lots of people in this city that feel the same way about you. There's smoke, there's fire. You might want to look into that and look at some of your behavior instead of looking at everyone else's behavior and trying to make judgment. The entire time that I fucking stayed here, you wanted to just judge me, and you know you fucking did. Don't sit there and try to fucking deny it. You did. Well, you isolate too much. You're an atheist. You don't believe in everything of AA. You know, you're not going to make it because of that. Bullshit, I'm not. Who are you to fucking decide that? Take your own fucking inventory. I'm taking names and kicking ass right now. I'm doing exactly what I need to do for my recovery, and I'm going to continue to do it. So, I'm putting you on blast. Pride goeth before the fall, my friend. The ones that think they're so big, they're the ones that fall the hardest. They're the ones that are it's gonna come back. I'm not into spirituality that much, but when it comes to karma, what goes around comes around, I think it will. I'm starting to see why nobody knows about this place. Why nobody has even heard of this sober living home. Because no one is advertising for it because of you. So, hats off to you, my friend, for helping the people that you have done. But you need that looking at making a change. And you're not going to want to hear it from me because you don't like it when people call you on your shit. That's why you and I butted heads so much. You don't like it because I'm not just going to sit there and tell you what you want to hear. I'm not just going to jump because you said jump and me look at you and say how high. Okay? I'm going to look at you and I'm going to call it this for what it is. And there's things about you that are fucking wrong. And it's okay. In recovery, we have character flaws. We have character defects. I get that. But we're supposed to be working on those. The way you treat people, the way that you talk to people, the way you swear, the way you're having all these vacations, doing everything you want, that way, but yet you're going to get a little pissy because you got to buy a $4 bottle of fucking laundry detergent for the guys here in the house when you're spending thousands of dollars on shit like that. You're mad because you might have to go to a dollar store and buy a dollar sink scrubby to use on our pots and pans? Really? You're mad because we're asking for copy paper? Well, they should just get it themselves. Well, I'm sorry, bud. Not all of us are fucking banking like you are. Okay? Not all of us are able to do that, to just do whatever we fucking want with our lives. This is the disconnection that you fucking have. You don't relate to us. Okay? Sure hell no, I don't relate to you. You talk about how hard you had it as a drug addict. Really? I guarantee you haven't gone through what I have. The years of living homeless, sleeping, the time of sleeping behind dumpsters and eating out and just trying to find a warm place to curl up in and out of detox left and right and treatments left and right. I'm sure you did the treatments and everything, but you know what? My treatments were in the fucking ghetto, okay? Cockroaches and shit. Where was yours? Some swanky place out in California. Must be nice. Must be fucking nice. We can't relate to you. And you definitely cannot relate to us. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll start my own sober living home and show you how it's really supposed to be done. You took a house that there was nothing wrong with it. This house was running fine. It was running better than fine. We were not having any issues. The only reason we lost a guy at the end is because he found out what was going on and took off. He wasn't going to put up with it. That's why he's back out doing whatever he's fucking doing. There was you took a house that there was nothing. It was, we all had great relationships with each other. We all loved being around each other. We all supported each other. We all, did whatever we had to. We were checking out, everything was going fine. UAs for the most part were going fine. We had a little thing in there that we're getting levels tested now for them, but everything was going fine in this house. And now we're finding out over at the other house that's supposed to be like the Taj Mahal of all your sober living houses that, it's not as going as well over there as what you thought. There's a lot of bullshit going on over there, and there's been a lot of bullshit going on over there the entire time that I've been sitting here house managing this facility here, this house here. We don't have anyone here with old Duels or Heineken, non-alcoholic, bringing that into the house. We don't have people going to the casinos and doing things and getting drunk and everything, coming back to the house and not telling anybody. We don't have people going off and sleeping with or getting with other girls at the other houses, at the other sober living homes. We don't have any of that going on in this fucking house. So why the fuck do you think you have the right to fucking shut this house down because, it's just not working out for me? Trust me, this house, my friend, is not going down because of me or anyone in this house. It's going down because of you. How in the fucking world do you start a brand new business and then decide after you start it you're going to go on vacation for 3 months? How does that supposed to fucking work? Huh? You put us in this house, brand new house, everything like that. You put everything on the program director to do, and he's brand new and doesn't know what's going on, which is why he's leaving and going back to where he's going, because he's sick of the shit too. Oh yeah. He's tired of it too, bud. And then you just leave. And then you wonder when you get back, well, we couldn't get anybody to come into the house. Bullshit. We had many guys set up for intakes. You just kept putting them over at the 3rd Street house. Why is that? Because of me? Is that why it is? Because you had a prejudice against me and wanted to see this house fail? What, to try to make me look bad? Guess what? It didn't work. People are seeing the bullshit that you did. They're not blaming me at all for this situation. It's you. So stop pointing the finger at other people. Start looking in the mirror and realizing who really the fucking problem is. And that's all today I've got to say about that issue. I had to let it go before I ended up getting out of here. It's my last night here, and I had to let it go. I had to say what I had to say. I just find it interesting that for the last month and fucking half, we've sat here with a pipe that busted, so we had holes through the ceiling because they had to tear out all the fucking sheetrock, to where our bathroom that we used, you could see all the way through the ceiling to the 3rd fucking floor. They finally got that done. They've had an upstairs room and a bathroom on the 3rd floor that hasn't been finished since I moved in here, hasn't been worked on. And then the minute he decides that he's going to shut this house down, all of a sudden we got contractors in here finishing up the work. How fucking convenient, bud. You think we're stupid. You fucking think we're morons, that we're stupid, that we don't understand anything because we're just these little people and we're addicts and alcoholics living in sober living. I'm sorry. I can guarantee you I have a lot more education than you do. So don't act like you're the smartest guy in the room. And don't treat me like I'm some idiot. I get it. What are you going to do? Turn it around and sell it? It's a seller's market. There was an ad the other day on WCCO that, or an article that down in the cities, there's a house that had 47 fucking bids on it. 47. A house that you've taken, renovated, turn around, make a profit possibly off of it because it's a pretty nice house. In a seller's market, people are going to bid high for it. In beautiful area, beautiful neighborhood, easy access to everything. Possibly used maybe as a dormitory for, roommates for school since UMD's right up the street. Trying to sell it, aren't you? You think we're stupid. You truly do. We're not. I see through your bullshit. Other things that are happening in this wonderful world that we live in here in March 2021. Looks like with COVID-19, they're saying the numbers are going down, but yet we're starting to get some warnings that we might have another surge coming. I don't know how that's going to happen or why, especially with the vaccinations happening. I finally got mine set up today. I will have my first one on April 5th, and my second one will be on May 2nd. So I am on the road to having those completed, which is good. But they're saying we'll see what happens. But it sounds more to me like normalcy, a little bit of normalcy is going to be coming back. The NFL said that they're going to have full stadiums of people this year. That they're not going to have any restrictions. So we'll see if that stays the case. I hope so. Football with the stadium crowds, in there full and loud and everything. That's nice. It was nice in the playoffs to hear some cheering. Yeah, so to have Lambeau Field with 87,000 people rocking and rolling as they're singing "Roll Out the Barrel," "Go Pack Go," let's go. I'm ready. Is it July, August yet? Let's get football going. All right, another thing is legalization. The legalization of marijuana is going strong. I've got a friend of mine, Ken Murdoch. He is a very good friend of mine, podcaster, documentary maker. He is making a film on the legalization of marijuana in this country and cannabis in this country. He's got an episode coming out to start his documentary coming out on April 20th. That's right, 420 at 420 is what he says. And he's going to be... bringing that on and talking a little bit about that. I'm going to talk to him, I think, and see if I can't get him on my show closer to the 420 of this month and just kind of have him give me a feel of how everything went with it since the last time I interviewed him. But yeah, so legalization is starting to happen all over the board. Okay. And that's good. That's a good thing. I think marijuana has had a bad rap for a long time. I think if you can have alcohol and cigarettes be legal, there's no reason why marijuana shouldn't be legal. So in New York, they legalized weed today, I think, or yesterday. The governor signed the bill into law, so they are allowed to have recreational weed use now out there, marijuana use. Here in Minnesota, we're on our way to that as well. It passed the House pretty easily, and they have a good feeling it's going to pass in the Senate. And Walz has been kind of not against it, not necessarily for it, but not against it either. So I don't know, Governor Walz. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I would like to see it happen. Even the place I work at now, back in the day when I worked in these places, if we found a weed, pipe or anything like that, even if it was empty, we would toss it if they came into our facility. Not the way it works today. Today we find them, we put them in a bag and lock it up for them, and they can get those pipes back at the end. Now I'm talking about marijuana pipes, not meth pipes and everything else like that. I'm talking about marijuana. As long as there's no, nug, inside the pipe, ready to go, ready to toke, then we'll take them, we'll put them in a bag, and they can have them back. So that's a good thing. I think we need to be more progressive. There's too many people that are being locked up in prisons and jails that have no reason to be in there because they had a little bit of weed on them. Seriously. While there's people that have rape charges and sexual assaults and everything else out there that are getting off with less time that are out roaming around. It just makes no sense to me whatsoever why we are continuing this war like that. This witch hunt on cannabis. It's time to let it go. We can use it in everything, which we're starting to. It's in lotions. It's in everything that we can use now. I just think it's time that we realize the benefits of it and that it does have benefits. Okay. All drugs, no matter what, has got negatives to it. Even Tylenol. Okay. But it comes down to exactly what is that percentage? What really is the risk? And with marijuana compared to alcohol, I've done so much more stupid things on alcohol than I ever have on fucking weed. Weed? I just smoke it, want to eat, sit down, have a nice soda, something tasty, and watch TV and play fucking video games and just veg. Listen to music. Jam out. That's all I want to do when I'm on it. When I drink, oh, fucking A, everything's off the table then. You don't know what I'm gonna fucking do. Oh, did you hear about these shoes? This is when I when I fucking read the story in CNN. I laughed my ass off because it's fucking amazing. We're talking fucking fire here. I'm not a huge fan of this guy's music, but what he is doing here is fucking brilliant. Fucking brilliant. And these shoes are off the chain. They are on fire, baby. Got the pentagram on top. It's got a drop of human blood on the sole. And it's got Luke 10:18 on the side, which is about something to do with Satan. I haven't read it fully yet. Pentagram on the inside of the shoe by your heel. It's just a sweet black shoe with red laces. It's just a sweet ass fucking looking shoe. I wanted a pair, right? Well, I found out that they're only selling 666 of them. They sold them yesterday. 666 of them. The price was $1,018. Now, the first thing you're going to say is, well, how did they come up with that price? Well, he went off the Luke 10:18 chapter, the reading in the Bible. So he went off that Luke 10:18. I thought they'd be like 666, right? No, he wanted to jack that price up just a little bit more. He's doing the Satan's work. He's got to pay for it. He's got bills to pay, you know. He's got to keep bringing people to Satan. So anyway, he jacked it up to 10:18. Get this. They sold out in 2 hours. The dude made like 24 grand, 25, 26 grand in 2 hours. It's a shoe that's wanted, obviously. Now, this is where it gets to the interesting part. So, Nike comes out and sues. Now, the name of this singer, this rapper singer, his name is Lil Nas X. He has that cowboy rap song that he did. I can't remember what it's called. But he is working with this art gallery group that made the shoe for him. So it's a Nike shoe that they transformed into 666 versions of this shoe for people to buy. So it's it's a collector's item. That's why I wanted one. You're not going to see these kind of shoes just anywhere, right? Classics. Which, speaking of that, I am looking into getting some Nike Air. The Tar Heel color ones are like $125. Classics. The lows. classic fucking shoes. I'm watching The Last Dance with Michael Jordan right now in the Bulls, and I got to get me a classic pair of Jordans. Remember my youth. But anyway, he comes out with it. Well, Nike is suing him because they did not give permission to this art gallery to do this, and by it having the Nike symbol on it, Nike says it's a representation of Nike, and they did not approve of it, nor do they believe in what this shoe represents. Right? Okay. Now, when this same art gallery, the same art group, made Jesus shoes, yeah, they're white Nikes. They're Jesus shoes. Look like you're walking on clouds. You should see them. No problem there. Nope. We got no problem with that. We can represent that. There is such a hypocrisy in this country. I can have my beliefs, but you can't. Oh no. So what? If I take a Nike shoe for myself and I decide to paint pentagrams on it and stuff like that, am I going to get in trouble? What if I did it and sold it for $20 to somebody else? Seriously? I bought the shoe. It is now mine. He bought your shoe. It is now his. And that's what they're going to be fighting about in court. That by him buying the shoe, it is now his property. It is no longer Nike's. It's his shoe. He can do what he wants with it. Okay, this is a very fine line here. To where if I want to buy, if I have a Brett Favre jersey and wanted to put an X through it, is Nike or Brett Favre going to do a lawsuit on me for defamation or something like that? It's my fucking jersey. I can do that if I fucking want. What if I did that and went on Marketplace Facebook and sold it? I'm not able to do that? People do it all the time. No. The reason that they got mad is because it had to do with Satan. Dun, dun, dun! Oh no. The Dark Lord? We can't have it be about Satan. Oh no. Ooh, that's evil. That's evil. As they go home and sit on their couch and watch some fucking horror movie with evil and everything in it every day, all day. Right? Come on. You're hypocrites. You're so full of shit. So tired of it. I am so tired of the hypocrisy that's in this country. Just be real. Be authentic. So if you're going to ban the Satan shoe, then you have to ban the Jesus shoe. It's only fair. I hope my brethren that are in the Satanic Temple, because I am a card-carrying member of the Satanic Temple, I am hoping that maybe, Lucien Greaves and some of the guys involved higher up in the Satanic Temple will maybe look at this and be like, wait a minute, time out. If you're going to have the Jesus shoes, we get to have the Satan shoes. That's what I think. Just, we get them both. And then I would buy them both. Have a Jesus pair and a Satan pair. Which one do I want to live today? Good or evil? Good or evil? It's always going to be evil. It's always going to be evil. Oh, I'm such a bad boy. I'm going to burn in hell. Oh boy. Anyway, weird. Just a weird story. Stimulus checks. Have you gotten yours yet? Because if you have, can you give me a loan? Please? Just a little. Because I'm still fucking waiting for mine. It's supposed to be mailed out on March 26th. I'm hoping to get it this week, but if not, you can let me know at saneandsober@gmail.com or the atheist recovery atheist@gmail.com, and say you want to send me some money and hook me up. Find me on Facebook, and I'm so ready to receive. But yes, because I mean, all my money right now is tied into this new place I'm going into. I am poor as fuck right now. Literally. When you're having to talk to your mom and say, hey, can you send me $15 through PayPal so I can get to work Sunday morning because the bus doesn't run at that time, I got to be in there and I need to get a lift to get up there? Poor as fuck. I need that stimulus right now. Now, I'm paid next Thursday, so I'm all good that way, or next Friday. But more money's coming, full check and everything. I'm not broke, people, that way. I'm just saying, in this moment, though, I don't got 2 dimes to put together. It's pretty bad, but I've been in worse and made it work. So I'll make this one work, too. I'm a survivor. So yeah, stimulus, please get here. No, really, please. I need you. Derek Chauvin's murder trial, this whole George Floyd fiasco that we got going on. Today it was really interesting when I was watching some of it today. The cashier that was working at the Cup Foods that he went into, that George Floyd went in to use a counterfeit $20 bill. When he called the cops, he had told them that I think this guy's trying to use a counterfeit $20 bill, thinking they would just come and get the 20 from him after he left the store and everything. Or if he did show up, he'd just get like a ticket or something for it, nothing major. He was like, I couldn't believe how it escalated, how the cops escalated it more than what it needed to be. And he feels ashamed. He wished he'd never made the phone call. Yeah. I mean, this is serious stuff. I mean, the cops are just getting way out of control. They're getting so upset about the, and just ramping it up to a level that it doesn't need to be. Straight up. It's too much. Calm down. Calm the fuck down. I mean, what are you? You're acting like a mall cop, like you're Paul Blart or whatever that movie is. You're acting like a rent-a-cop. You're acting like that douchebag down in Florida that shot that kid in the hood in the back. Okay, this isn't the Wild West. You don't need to be some gun-ho hero for everybody. Listen, it was a $20 counterfeit bill. You did not need to treat him that way. Give me a fucking break. There was more crimes going on in that block that you needed to be more worried about than what that fucking $20 counter bill was. Come on. No, Derek, you had worked with this individual before. You didn't like the guy, and you wanted to stick it to him. Look it up, people. These two, George Floyd and Derek Chauvin, they had worked together beforehand as co-workers. He did not like George, and he stuck it to him, and it ended his life. This guy deserves to get whatever he gets, and I'm hoping it is harsh. I am hoping it is so harsh. We need to set an example to other police who are like this. Unreal. And speaking, going with all of that, what is the police doing is what I'd like to know. What is going on? All these fucking shootings that are going on? Seriously? We've got the Colorado shooting, the Dallas shooting, the Atlanta shooting, the Virginia Beach shooting now. What is going on in this country? People just randomly just showing up and start just knocking people. Are they thinking they're in Grand Theft Auto or something? Oh, no, Del. No. Don't say that, Del. Why did you say that? Because now all the Christian conservative Republicans well, we wouldn't be living in the world that we live in if they, with all these shootings going on, if we didn't have that GTA, that Grand Theft Auto that these kids are playing, they wouldn't be influenced to do it. Really, have you seen the ages of these shooters? Has nothing to do with fucking video games. I'm just saying they're going off like it is. Like there's no consequence. The guy in Colorado, when they grabbed him and was like walking him away, he looked like, oh, just another day. Well, yeah, I'm just walking through the mall, just another fucking day. Oh, I just felt like getting up, just taking a gun, and just, I don't know. What do you know? I just think I'm gonna shoot some people. Really? What the fuck is going on? Have we lost our minds? I know COVID has had a lot of impact on us. I get it. Take your pills, people. Get outside. Spend some time with family. Okay? Don't kill me. I'm not against you. Oh, man. You know, 2021, so far, I don't see much difference from 2020. I really don't. Am I happy Biden's in office? I am. I don't have to hear Trump's voice every day, which is so fucking nice. We don't hear much from the president at all now, which is so fucking nice. No, all we hear about now is all these stupid Republicans, these racist, homophobic, misogynistic, sexist, I mean everything. Down in Georgia with their voting laws and how they're trying to censor blacks down there. The, woman up in South Dakota, the governor, about transgender athletes. It's all these Republicans now. They're mad because they lost. And so they're trying to take it out in other ways. Guess what? We're bigger than you. The biggest rise up in this country right now is the non-believer or the atheistic movement. You're losing people every year, you conservative Christian right-wingers. You've lost. It's unfucking real. I just want us to love each other, Have some humanistic values. Think about your fellow man. Look at the resources you have and see how you can possibly, be of help to somebody else out there that needs help. Why do we always got to make it about us? Well, don't get me wrong. I mean, I can be just as selfish as anyone out there. But I stand up for what's right. And there's a lot of things that are wrong. And there's nobody standing up, really. We need to come together as a group. I know we talk about that, unifying, unity. We need to, though. We need to come together in one mind and stand up and say, and use a voice that way and say enough. Everyone has a right to their own opinions, their own values, their own beliefs. And that goes for you too, Christians. You have the right to that too. I am not going to sit here and berate you for it and try to kill you for it, unless, try to hit you over the head with my upside down crucifix or my pentagram necklace, or my satanic verses and the satanic, Bible. I'm not going to do that. As long as you don't do it to me. If you do it to me, then yeah, I'm going to come after you. Just live the way you want to live and realize that not everyone has to live the way you want to live. Now, of course, you're going to say, well, Jesus said to go out and preach the gospel to everybody. I have to let everybody know about Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. If I don't, I'll burn in that wicked lake of fire and that hell. Well, guess what? Some of us want to. Got tons of friends on Facebook that would, right now, if they're listening to me right now, are like, hell yeah. We don't want to believe in your beliefs. We don't care. You're not going to scare us. You're not going to put fear on us of us burning in a lake of fire. Well, it's been fun. I think I'm going to close up my last episode here at this house. This has been a fun ride. You know, I put a lot of work into the studio that I'm in here. I put a lot of money into it, probably a little over $500 just in the foam alone that are up on the walls here. These beautiful, beautiful foam panels. And so I had to start ripping some of them down. I'd have to say I got about 65, maybe 70% of them down. So I have plenty for my new place to go into. Save some of the money anyway. Probably going to lose about $150 worth of foam though. But that's it. That's the way life is. I'm the one that put it up there knowing I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have trusted the situation, but I did. And it was fun while it lasted. It was fun being able to come down here and have my own little place here in the house. It's time to move on. Upwards and onwards, as my sponsor says. My sponsor says it's time for the Recovery Atheist to grow. And with his podcast and what he has going on with his Love Nation, One Love Nation network that he has, and his clothing line, and his media company, and his new rap album that's going to be coming out and everything. Isaac is he's doing well, and him and I are going to start working together for a new world, for a new thing for both of us. I have a feeling now that I get over there to the west side here of Duluth that him and I are going to be collaborating and do what we need to do to better ourselves and to grow. So I want to thank you for joining me again for this episode. Very excited for the future and what I'm going to be bringing. This is definitely not done. I plan on probably tomorrow, once I get somewhat set up in the room, maybe doing an episode tomorrow. If not, sometime this weekend maybe. I am working a lot this weekend, putting a lot of hours in because I got the bills to pay now. So I need to get caught up a little bit financially. But I know it's been a little bit slower on my channel as of late. But the reason why is because I've had a lot of changes going on, and not necessarily the finances to be able to afford this wonderful situation of broadcasting. So soon though, here in the month, in April, I will be back running full podcasting, 8 to 12 episodes a month. So look forward to that. Again, if you have any ideas for topics, or if you just want to talk or need something to help, maybe a question about atheism, a question about living in recovery, how to get help if you're in drug addiction or alcoholism, you can email me at therecoveryatheist@gmail.com. I'm also at saneandsober@gmail.com as well. You can find me at Facebook under Del Bacon. I also have the Recovery Atheist group page that you can go to. And I'm on YouTube under the Recovery Atheist. I have my own channel on there and videos. So please subscribe over there. Any help that way allows me to be able to see that we're making connections and we're trying to change the world. So I'm hoping to do that. You can also take me on the go wherever you go. I'm on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Podcast Addict, Apple. You can talk to Alexa and say, hey, Alexa, please play the Recovery Atheist podcast, and she'll do it. So take me on the go when you're on the go. Would love to come with you for a road trip or wherever you're at. Okay? I love everybody. Be safe out there. Don't let anyone fool you because it's April Fool's Day. Remember that. I'm giving everyone a heads up. It's April Fool's Day. Be ready for a trick. Someone trying to scam you. And I'll see you on the other side of this whole adventure I'm on. Upwards and onwards. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Recovery Atheist podcast. It's now up to you. What will you do with what you've heard? How will you use it? I challenge you not to stay silent. Be heard. Be real. Be different.